back, and today it is a shout out to Jennifer who requested the contour tutorial. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a contour lesson. And again, contouring is for manipulating your face shape so you can actually kind of transform it a little bit or bring out the certain areas that you want to bring out and maybe hide the areas that we don't want to focus on. So right now I have just my foundation on. That's it. I have no powder, no concealer, no nothing, because I want to jump right into this and let you guys know how to do it. So first and foremost, you're going to start with your cream contour palette. So this one has a variety of shades in it. I'm going to start with the darkest color so I can show you guys just how to do this. So you're going to take, I like to use just fluffy brushes for this, or even sponges. So I've got a fluffy contour brush, and I'm just going to dip it into this dark shade. And with a little bit on the brush, you're going to go right back here from the top of the ear. So right here where my ear is, I'm going to bring it right underneath my cheekbone and stop right about the middle of my eye. So that is kind of a good guideline. And see, the reason why I like to use fluffy brushes is it doesn't give like such a harsh line. It really just kind of diffuses that contour. And so it makes it look a little more natural instead of us just walking around with straight lines on our face, right? So I'm just going to contour here. And then I have kind of a wider jaw. It's a square jaw, and then I have a little bit of a double chin going on here. So you can also take this color and you're going to run it right under the jawline. I'm going to load up a little bit more when it comes to underneath the chin. So I'm taking this and pushing it back. So if you've watched my previous tutorials, you'll understand that a lot of what I talk about is with light and dark, and how light shades bring a feature forward and dark shades push a feature back. So you'll understand a little bit more as we go, but this dark shade here is actually pushing this double chin back and making it look like I have more of a chiseled jawline. And then if you have what I call a 5 head, so I have a very large forehead, if you want to bring that down and kind of round it out a little bit, you're going to go from just the hairline and right at the temples into the hairline. And this is going to manipulate the shape of my forehead as well and give it more of a rounded look by pushing that back. So that's just the contour, but you can see the difference right here just in the cream contour that I have on of this cheek versus this cheek. So it gives just a little bit more finished look. So I'm actually going to go ahead and finish this other side now so you guys can get a look. So again, from the top of my ear, and we're going to pull forward towards my lips, and we stop right about at the middle of the eye, right there. And so this, again, by using this fluffy brush, I'm able to just give a diffused line, and I don't have it looking so harsh. And then we follow that hairline up through the temple and up there, and again, the jawline. And then blend it down. See how I'm diffusing this down so it's not like, hello, she's got a contoured jaw. The other trick that you can do, if you want to, you don't have to do this, you guys, but if you have an issue with your nose or you want to make it a little bit more prominent, there are tricks to doing that as well. So you're going to take a little brush and again, do a darker color. And what you're going to do is you're just going to mark right here on the inside of the bridge of the nose right here. And what that does is it's going to manipulate that feature and give it, give your nose a little bit longer look to it and a more prominent bridge on your nose. And then if you want to kind of narrow down any part of the nose, again, like I said, dark colors push back, light colors bring forward. So you can just put this dark color there and then buff it out. So I like to use a sponge for this. And just blend that in, and then you can see it does give kind of a little bit of this more defined look to the bridge of the nose. That's not, you don't have to do that, but again, we're teaching you contouring, so there you go. You're learning a little bit of everything, right? Once you've done that, now it's time to go ahead and add your lighter colors. So if you want to do like a highlight, I like to have a little bit more of a bright color underneath my eyes. So I will take a little bit of concealer. And again, I've already applied my foundation to my whole face, and so I just like to brighten this area up right under here with a concealer that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and that just brightens up this area of the eye. So you can see that. So do the same thing on the other side. And for this, I like to use my fingers when it comes to concealers because your fingers are going to warm up the product and tap it into the skin a little bit better than any brush or sponge could. And then you're able to smooth it out. So I have a little bit of fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes, and this just makes it so that it doesn't get all cakey in there. It spreads it out really nice by just using your finger. And then with a little bit of excess that's on your finger, you can just wipe it right down or dot it down the center of the bridge of your nose. And again, that pulls that feature forward a little bit more. You can also put a little bit above your lip. So if you put a little bit right here, it's going to give a lifted look to your lips and make them a little bit more plump looking. So that's kind of a nice little trick to have. And then from there, you're gonna set your powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my finishing powder and a fluffy brush and work that in. So now I'm going to move on to a powder contour. Now you still can use a cream or liquid contour and wear a powder contour on top. So you're getting kind of a multi-dimensional contour going on, or you can do one or the other. It's up to you. Play around with it and see if there's different ones that you prefer better. So you're going to take just a dark powder with a contour brush. So a contour powder, they're usually about 3 shades darker than your skin tone. 2 to 3 shades. So again, just applying it the same way, taking it from the top of the ear towards the corner of my mouth, but stopping right at the middle of the eye. So bring it in and stop, and then you're just kind of buffing it out and diffusing this a little bit more. And then continue on up the temple, into the hairline, onto the forehead, and then coming back in onto the jawline and the double chin. Get that out of there. So again, we'll start on this side so I can show you. So you're gonna go from the top of the ear. And if you have one of these contour brushes, it's really cool. They're actually angled, so it's just an angled brush, and it helps to apply this in a more precise manner. So you're just gonna take it from the top of the ear down towards the corner of my lips and stop in the middle of where my eye is. And then buff that out. Buff it into the temples, and then up to the forehead if you have a 5 head like me. And then again on the jawline as well, so we can get a little bit more of a definition going on there. And then to finish the look, I do like to play with some bronzers and blush as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and take with a fluffy brush some bronzer. And I will put this right over the top. So I'm not going underneath, I'm actually going above my contour line, my cheekbones. And then the bronzer I will run across the entire forehead. And it just gives more dimension to the face. And you can run it down your neckline. This is really where you're gonna wanna blend your contour in with your bronzer. And then coming in with a beautiful hot pink blush, I'm gonna just go ahead and pop a little bit of that right on the apples of the cheeks and buff that outwards. And again, I don't use a whole lot of product because I like a more diffused look on the face, and so I don't like just harsh lines of like, hey, here's my contour, hey, here's my blush, you know. So if you just start lightly, just very light-handedly apply your makeup, and you'll have better results than if you're getting a little bit too heavy-handed and crazy with it. So again, you can just pop it onto the apples of the cheeks where you smile, and then run it on top and angle it back towards the hairline. So that there is the contour. I'm going to move on to eyes next, but I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any more questions about contouring, please let me know. You can come on my blog at rebelbeauty.com, where I will have this tutorial along with many others. Thanks for watching.